This ain't the honeymoon. We passed the infatuation phase. Right in the thick of love. Times we get sick of love. It seems like we argue every day. I know I misbehave and you made your mistakes. We both still got room left to grow. And though love sometimes hurt, I still put you first. We'll make this thing work, but I think we should take it slow. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go, 'cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow.
The sister that coordinated all of this out of the love in her heart for Mr. Wright and for the work that he's done, his legacy and his service. And I think we should show this sister some love, because it is true that one person can change the world. It is true that all you need is a vision to execute a plan. And so this sister, who I affectionately call Mama T, I'd like to show some love to her. I'd like you to show some love to her, to Miss Deborah Temple.
Everybody that knows Miss T, if you really know Miss T, then you possess one of those cards that says, just in case you have forgotten, turn this card over. And when you turn that card over, you know what it says. It says, you are wonderful. You are excellent. And you are absolutely marvelous. But there's a statement after that that says, so just show up. And the reason why we're having this day today is because the one thing I am certain of, Mr. Oscar C Wright is a show up. He don't talk about showing up. He don't say, well, I'm gonna be there, and then he don't show up there. He may not even tell you he gonna be there. He just gonna show up. And so there are any number of people who know Mr. Wright from watching the local TV station, and they see Mr. Wright always speaking his mind. And if there's one person standing there and it's only him, he's never shaken by the idea, because he knows this: he can stand alone. Because what he told me one day, not too long ago, we were talking, and he said to me, he said, God walks with me. All right now. He said, I don't need to worry about nobody, because God walks with me, and I don't ever have to be afraid to walk. He said, so baby, if you see me in a fight with a bear, he said, help the bear, because the bear gonna need help. And in my whole life, I had never ever heard that. So when his birthday came, you know, I made him a special card, and I said to him, to the strongest, brightest, most brilliant black man I know, who fights bears and wins, and it had a grizzly bear on the front. So this day really is about the spirit of Oscar Wright, and the spirit of the ancestors, ours, those ones that came before us. And so the day was about lifting up the best part of who we are. And Mr. Wright represents the best part of who we've been and who we're going to be.
8 years ago when I met Mr. Wright, Because, you know, when you run a nonprofit, you're looking for anybody to give you a blessing or give you a hand. So when I met Mr. Wright, he came down and he toured our facility, and he had a tear in his eyes. And I said, oh my Lord, he gonna say, son, you ain't got to never pay no more rent. And Mr. Wright, I tell this story to everywhere. I told it to the governor, to the mayor, and I tell it to the pastors. So I want you to know, wherever I go, I was in Southern California, I tell this story. And Mr. Wright looked at me and he said, son, if you love and treat God's people right, you won't ever have to worry about money. And I want you to know, 8 years later, we don't have to worry about money because we love and treat God's people right. Mr. Wright's property, where we located at Healthy Oakland, in March 2nd, 2009, became the first African-American faith-based nonprofit to open up a state of California licensed community medical clinic in California's history. And so we're so thankful for Mr. Wright and his leadership and what he has given to us in the community. And I want you to know I respect you, I honor you, I love you, I thank God for you. That's why I'm here today on your day, because you're deserving of it, and you are a great leader, a mentor for all of us to follow. And we thank God that Oakland and Oakland Unified School District is better because of Mr. Wright. Thank you.
My name is Alice Spearman. I'm the school board director for District 7. We have Chris Dobbins, the director for District 6. We have Gary Yee, the president of the board. He represents District 3 or 4.
No, you don't. You represent District 1.
Jody London, director of District 1. And we have vice president of the board. And we have our esteemed superintendent, Mr. Tony Smith. We're in a retreat, so we had to kind of break off, come over here, recess, and give our homage to our elder, Mr. Wright, who keeps us in the right place at all times. This is a real long resolution. I think Mr. Wright's going to end up with a wall of resolutions from the Oakland Unified School District. But first, I want to say happy birthday. Yeah, we missed you almost a month, but we're so glad that you're still here with us. You're still here kicking our behinds, and you're bringing the consciousness to us. All you young people, you need to get with Mr. Wright, sit down, have a conversation, and don't forget, because Mr. Wright can tell you what is the real meaning of education, Mr. Wright.
Combination of high academic achievement with high moral, social, and spiritual values propelled by common sense.
Common sense. The best gift we can give Mr. Wright is to recognize the sacrifices he's made for the betterment of society. Mr. Wright gives to us of duty, dignity, and the power of a strong example are the gifts that keep on giving. If we are to make excellence the rule and not the exception, then Mr. Wright must fight for every student, in every classroom, every day. Mr. Wright, you have in the past, do now, and will continue to fight for the good fight. You have always stood guard for the Oakland children. For that, Mr. Wright, we thank you and salute you as African-American people and as American.
As I said before, America's in big trouble. Oakland has been in big trouble. A few years ago, we was the richest and the most powerful nation in the world. We are the most indebted nation now in the world. Most of all the rest of the industrialized nations have concentrated on educating their youth. And what we've done, build prison to put some of them in to provide jobs for people otherwise. So, born and bred on this soil, stripped of its verbal subterfuge. And in its necklace, the New American Creed says, "Fear to let a black child ever try to rise, lest he become the equal to the white." And this is the land that professed to follow Jesus Christ. And this is the land that professed to follow Jesus Christ. I appeal to you all today. Let us all take it to heart and mentor these young folk. We can all do something. Because I cannot do everything, I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not fail to do the things that I can do. Each one of us can play a role in helping these kids along. And any word, the little word that you can find to say, any little deeds you can find to turn, is very much worth it. And I close by saying a little prayer. God, give us men in a time like this, the man, strong men, true faith, ready hand. Men whom the lust of office cannot kill, men whom the spoils of office cannot buy, men who have opinions and a will, men who have honor, men who will not lie, men who can stand before the demagogue and damn his treacherous flatters without waking. Tall men, sun crowned, who live above the fog, in public duty and private thinking. For while the rabble of us tongue-worn creeds, the large professions and the little deeds, mingle in self-strife, low freedom weak, wrong rule this land, while waiting just to sleep. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the tar passes us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. They sing the rising sound of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
And so he opened up the beginning of the spirit of community, love, commitment, and sacrifice, ceremony, celebration, family gathering, honoring Mr. Oscar C. Wright. Man, I love you so much. I praise God for you. And I'm so glad that he allowed me to be the one to do what so many other people said, you know, ought to happen. And it should have happened. But I am so privileged and I am so honored to let Mr. Oscar Wright close this day, because this is his day. So I'm going to let you have the last word.
First, giving honor to God, the ruler, creator of the heavens above, the earth beneath, the waters beneath the earth. To my mother and my father, who through their union enabled me to be here today. And to my late wife, Beulah, who stood with me in good times and bad times. I want to thank all of you, each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart. Those of you who labored to put this event together. And I want you to know that I feel real humble. Because it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about our children. Our roots. America, this is not about you and it's not about me. It's about our children. If there's no children, there's no future.